Out news this morning, momentum builds for a petition to create stronger child protection laws in Kentucky. Plus, one organization is hoping to raise awareness and locate homes for kids in need.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good Thursday morning to you. I'm Caroline Mueller here with you on this January 15th. The time is now 5:32, so let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Desmond for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I was trying to get to my car quickly, but you know, you don't want to take a little slip like you did. And so it was just a mix of me trying to go fast because it was so cold, but also trying not to slip. What can we expect for the rest of today?
Well, I mean, that's pretty much the exact forecast. It's going to be cold all day long, and those roads are slick this morning. So let's take a look towards Wise, where you can see just some of that sheen on the road, just kind of showing some spots of maybe some icy conditions. I kind of ran into some this morning, so you may as well just keep that in mind as you're starting off your day. And we're still watching as some scattered snow showers do move through the region, primarily focused on portions kind of closer to that Kentucky-Virginia border, more so in our Kentucky counties. And we'll continue that throughout the morning and midday hours, clearing by the afternoon. And as we look at temperatures, yeah, it is cold. Upper teens, low 20s. Do what you can to prepare for those temperatures. Wear multiple layers. It's going to stay that way all day long, too, as the highs only make it into the upper 20s and low 30s, with everyone, with the exception of folks around Manchester, seeing temperatures at or below freezing. Manchester's only 1 degree above freezing, and even then, that's still very cold. So make sure you're wearing your layers today, Caroline.
Sounds good, Megan. I think I'm just gonna not go outside. Well, we have new details in the case of a man accused of setting a fire in downtown London. Fire crews pulled Scotty Seeley out of the Cunningham and Cunningham law offices. A criminal complaint reveals firefighters had found the front door broken into before they could enter. In an interview, Seeley told police he thought he went through a glass door in front of the building. He said he started seeing smoke everywhere and could not find his way out. A not guilty plea was entered on Seeley's behalf in court yesterday. His next appearance was scheduled for next Tuesday. A medical emergency occurred at one Eastern Kentucky school after a student became sick from a possible contaminated vape. Officials with the Martin County School District say this is not the first time something like this has happened this year. Superintendent Larry James unveiled plans to raise awareness and educate kids about the dangers of vaping.
So we're meeting with the staff today, our high school staff today, and we're coming up with a game plan. How we're going to talk to kids. We're going to have guest speakers come in, and we're going to send the information to parents. We're just in early stages, but we need to do a better job. We need to hit it hard and start from elementary all the way up.
A post from the Martin County Schools Police Department also says, quote, vaping devices, especially altered or contaminated products, pose a serious and unpredictable health risk, and this incident serves as a strong reminder of that danger. A freak incident flooded the gym floor at Mingo Central High School. It happened Tuesday night when a player on the Logan Wildcat JV team launched a half-court Hail Mary that bounced right off a sprinkler head on the gym ceiling. The head broke off, spraying a steady stream of water all over the floor. The remainder of the JV game and the high school game were canceled as crews went to work on the flooded floor. A petition for Jaden's Law now has more than 3,000 signatures and the attention of Kentucky legislators. The 10-year-old Breathitt County boy's death last year led to the arrest of his mother and stepfather. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino has more about the proposed legislation.
Since the tragic murder of 10-year-old Jaden Spicer, Kentuckians are pushing for stronger child protection laws throughout the state, like a law in his name.
Jaden needs to be remembered. No child should have to go through what he did, and that's why it's named in his honor.
Joe Clark, the original petitioner for Jaden's Law, says after hearing about Spicer's death, he got to working and researching right away.
I said, this has got to be done, Our kids cannot wait any longer. How many more kids are we going to have to lose due to crime and abuse before Kentucky steps up? If this law had been in place, she would have never had custody of Jaden, so he would have been still alive today.
According to Clark, Jaden's law would protect all children under 18, close the custody loophole, raise penalties for child abuse and manslaughter, strengthen daycare and online safety, and give prosecutors and law enforcement the tools they need to stop abuse before it turns deadly. As of Wednesday, more than 3,000 people are dedicated to put Jaden's law into action, including State Senator Brandon Smith, who claims he spent countless hours searching for Spicer himself.
We were looking for that little boy, and that's why I call him Little Boy Lost. I mean, he was lost maybe even before she did this to him, because he fell through the cracks of the system that I'm going to desperately try to fix.
Senator Smith says next steps include drafting the bill, then moving forward from there.
Hopefully it'll get passed and it'll be law.
In Breathitt County, McKinley Calandrino at WYMT Mountain News.
Senator Smith says he's considering adding an emergency clause to make the law effective immediately upon passage. However, he would need to consult his caucus before doing that. A new bill in the state Senate would change how counties can raise occupational license taxes. The lead sponsor says the legislation is in response to Fayette County Public Schools' attempt to raise their OLT to address his $16 million budget deficit last year. Senate Bill 76 would make it so only counties with a population of more than 500,000 can have their fiscal courts and school boards impose occupational license fees and taxes.
Well, I hope people in Fayette County feel heard. And I think that's really important, especially when we are responsible for 50% of the state's budget goes towards educational endeavors. And so this is very much a response to them, that they feel like hopefully we're representing them well and providing some accountability for the taxpayers in Fayette County.
Senator Bledsoe says the Fayette County majority delegation feels strongly about the bill. Many of them have already signed on as sponsors. Early yesterday afternoon, Hazard officials had scissors in hand. The ribbon cutting for Redbud Financial Alternatives unveiled a new building for the company. Redbud is a certified community development and financial institution. They initially started at the Housing Development Alliance office, but recently purchased the new space of their own.
And we purchased this building in September, and then we moved here last month on the 19th to better help meet the community's needs, easier access, and gives us a standalone location to better serve the community.
The new building is located at 825 High Street in Hazard. Caudle says he appreciates everyone's support as they transition. One mountain organization is hoping to see more families open their hearts and doors to kids in need. Benchmark Family Services is asking those who can consider becoming a foster parent, citing a need for more homes and families to care for kids who are in the foster care system, saying many kids are currently sleeping in offices or shelters. Hannah Gibson says foster families who will care for teens and siblings is one huge need, saying the organization saw 4,000 referrals last year, but did not have the home to help the majority of them.
Out of those, roughly 4,000 referrals, we're only able to accept 100 of those. So there's a big gap that is not being met.
Anyone with an interest in becoming a foster parent can contact Benchmark Family Services at 606-886-0163 or visit benchmarkfamilyservices.org. In Magoffin County, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet posted to social media of their progress on the Magoffin-Floyd segment of the Mountain Parkway expansion. The Mountain Parkway expansion is a 45-mile transportation improvement project in eastern Kentucky that will create a safer, more modern connection to the region. The project widens 32 miles of the existing parkway from Campton to Salyersville. The Kentucky Blood Center has announced a change in eligibility for donors. Now, those who have had certain cancers in the past will be able to donate. That list includes organ cancers and melanoma. People will have to finished their cancer treatment at least 1 year ago. The Kentucky Blood Center says only 3% of people donate, so expanding who's able to donate will increase that percentage. America's Blood Centers reports that 1/4 of blood donations go to cancer patients. And media and branding director for KBC, Eric Lindsay, says years of data shows there's no evidence blood transfusions have any impact on cancer transmission.
We have had blood donors that because of a cancer diagnosis they weren't able to give, and it's disappointing. And so to be able to do that and to give back means something to these folks that are recovering.
If you'd like to donate, Lindsay says to stop by for a health screening or make a call to any of the donation sites. Folks in Hazard are getting ready for a night full of laughter. City officials are planning a series of family-friendly fun lined up for these winter months. The first event will feature comedy magician Matt Four. On Friday, January 30th at 7 p.m., Four will be performing at the Hal Rogers Forum. Logan Smith with the City of Hazard says you are guaranteed some laughs.
We have comedian Matt Four coming out of Johnson City, Tennessee. He has over 2 decades of experience. He does comedy and magic for people of all ages. He's performed all over the country, so we're really excited about that.
Tickets for the comedy show can be purchased online through eventbrite.com. The cost is $10, but kids 12 and under are free. We have more about this on our website, wymt.com. Still to come, a little magic arrived in Berlin as black dementors flew across the sky, all in an effort to help HBO Max promote a new series coming next year.
And we're tracking some snow flurries this morning. We'll continue to see that snow throughout the morning.